name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Cleveland Browns. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go, set, 50, plant. Now! Yo!
Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go! Greystone, travel. Hey.
52's the mic.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Big grip.
They run it with Ballage. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Ready? 18, Gator.
52's the mic. Watch the screen.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Mayfield. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got him in. Complete. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Mayfield off the play fake. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first-quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. Well, he can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
Go! Hey, Orvin!
They'll look to throw here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Matt Wilson. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Good. 180! Watch it, we got to get the ball, D. Get the ball.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. Mayfield now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. In for the score. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Hey, high 7.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. That one good for 24 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2nd and 6. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
30 base.
First foray into the red zone for Miami. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. They'll set up a throw. That's complete to his running back, Grant. A loss of 2 there, second down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Hey, Haywood!
Now back to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. From the 27, Mayfield. Open man is Samuel, complete.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Myles Garrett just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Hey, shoot!
Now this time he'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Dancing to his left. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Set, 180. Watch the flood, watch the flood, watch the flood. Watch the flood, motion, block. Check your hot read. Run. Hey!
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. That one complete to Hill. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Matt Breida, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and that'll make it 3rd down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Hey, Delta. Man, I got you. Man.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
And shoving his way inside the 35.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at the Dolphins' 46-yard line.
180. Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
218, chop.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mayfield. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Dolphin was able to fall on it. Yes, they'll keep possession here.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. Looking to throw. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's what I'm talking about.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you? They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now. Really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Echo. Right 52, right 52. Yep. 52's in right.
Back to throw here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. They'll look to throw now on first down. They're going to set up the screen here. This is Grant. And some room to maneuver. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
This is Grant. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down.
It's going to be a long day, offense. Let's go.
They'll look to throw. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's a run with Balaj. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Kalen Balaj, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Dolphins are in for 6.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Bravo! Hurry!
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
It's just me and you. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 36. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
Here we go. 60 or. Mike 51. Mike 51. Smooth. Hey, me and you. Now.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And now here's another interception. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Following the interception, Mayfield. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Mayfield now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. This is Breida. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Mayfield down. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gain?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard's going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 14-yard line. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll wind up being a huge loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and about a mile here.
Alert, alert. Check. Lucky.
Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Taking a shot for Samuel. And now here is another interception. Picked off Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 19-yard line.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Dolphin 1st down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Come on now, let's go.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Trey Flowers picks it, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for Cleveland, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice in the wrist, car on the wrist, roll in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, roll in the wrist, I never switch, ice in the wrist, car on the wrist, roll in the wrist.